Hi, this is Fish on Fridays from downtown Newport. NEK 99%. We are Occupy the Northeast Kingdom. This is the Fish. Hi, Fish. Anything you'd like to say about current events? No? You're happy with everything? Maybe not, but he's not talking. All of us have signs, and this is Jackie, and she has a sign that she made. In fact, it's a poster, and we're going to be using it for our Community Day, August 9th, that we have coming up. The 99 Downtown Party, which will be a free event for neighborhood residents in the downtown Newport area. We'll have hot dogs, potato salad, watermelon, live music with the Michael Hahn Band, and activities for kids and adults. So it should be a fun day, August 9th from 1 to 3 p.m. And Jackie made this poster that we're using sort of as the theme for our event, because it's about making a difference and joining with your members of your community to make a difference. And I wonder if Jackie would like to say a couple words about communities and working together.
I think it's bad a lot of people don't care about anybody else but themselves, and a lot of people could learn how to do the certain things that other people do that really don't want to learn to do that they could. And I think that hopefully with this event coming up, it'll help wake up some people and see for themselves that their attitude could change, because we aren't just one person to make a change and a difference. It's the people that come together in the community.
So Terry has her Power to the Peaceful sign, and I think that this is a message we can't talk about too much, because we have so many things happening in the world right now where people are being killed needlessly. And I'm wondering if Terry would like to say anything about current events, people that are dying, and how we can prevent that.
I think it's time for all of us to get together and do a peaceful march, do a peace march in Washington, at our state houses, anywhere we can gather. It looks like World War War III is ramping up, and heaven forbid we don't want any more killing.
So Jackie has another sign here. With us, the 99%, good things are going to happen. We're making a difference, we're making change. It's very optimistic. That's a good thing, Jackie. What can you say? What kinds of changes would you like to see in Newport?
A variety of things. I would like to see more better, but one thing is apartments, housing, a lot of things where it makes it better for you to live here.
Okay, this is Jack with a sign that I know is going to provoke interest from lots of people. So what the heck are you talking about here, Jack? What is this with free drugs? What kind of drugs are you talking about?
I'm talking about the drugs. I'm talking about the fact that the pharmaceutical industry controls mostly every drug we take. And they've outlawed the drugs that actually work in many instances, like ibogaine and kratom and other drugs that are efficient and work very well to help people with their mental disabilities, their physical disabilities, and their addictions. So I'm saying that they've legalized the wrong drugs.
Well, they are finally fun.
Especially if you're watching TV and you look at all the contradictions from each drug, your breasts are going to grow, you're going to throw up, you're going to die. So just watching the drug commercials is enough to tell you that the drugs are not good for you.
So you're talking about drugs that help people with illnesses.
Drugs
right?
that are been made illegal for economic reasons, not for scientific health reasons.
Right. Well, one of those we might think of is marijuana, which I understand that they are now coming to realize that with neurological disorders such as seizure disorders, MS, and other neurological diseases, that marijuana actually is an effective treatment.
Yes, they found that marijuana has over 80 different chemicals in it that benefit all sorts of problems with human health. And we've finally broken through the door, but there's still Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Still great.
We don't know what kind of drugs they're thinking about, but
Still great resistance to having marijuana legal. They refuse to do the research. They refuse to permit the research to go on. But we're making headway, and we've got our foot in the door. But
yeah, I think this is it. Raising people to love their neighbors, right?
That's right.
That's absolutely it.
Yeah, I would like to have my child grow up in a world where we have more equality. There's growing inequality, and it's ridiculous. I'm a single parent, and I am getting student loans, and I can't even borrow money at the rates that, banks get, pay nothing for interest, and I have to pay 8% of my student loan. So for me, that's an immediate issue.
And how about the future for his education?
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, I look at what I'm paying now for myself to go back and get a master's degree and help people who are struggling. I've had some struggles in my life, and I'm working to help others. And just what I pay, I think about by the time he's in college, no way, something has to change. It is unsustainable, the system we have of robbing our kids so they can get through school and get a job somewhere to spend the rest of their life paying off this loan.
Yeah. So would you think it would be a good investment for this country to pay for college education for Americans?
Absolutely, right. Especially over spending money on all these weapon systems and invading other countries. The amount of money we spent in Iraq got us into the hole that we're in, and supposedly getting out of, but for a lot of people, conditions haven't gotten better.
Yes.
They continue to get more and more challenging, and we don't seem to be able to overcome these forces. Senator Warren had a great proposal, and it just didn't get enough support in Congress to allow students to borrow money at the rates that banks can borrow money.
That's the third time that this issue of money being spent overseas on military operations and the huge cost and how it is depriving people. You're the third person that's mentioned this lately, and I think that perhaps Americans are becoming more aware that aside from the huge human toll, that it is depriving Americans of their right to be able to have decent lives and get a decent education and have jobs.
Absolutely.
Need more jobs. Are you looking for a job?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck to you.
Drinking.
Less underage drinking. That sounds like a good idea. Any suggestions on how we could go about encouraging people not to drink underage?
Well, let them know side effects of it.
Let them know the side effects, so more education would be good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Here, okay, so this is Julie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. I'm most concerned about Palestine now and would like to unoccupy, which seems to be almost impossible.
Yes, it's really a terrible situation where much loss of life and tragic.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions? What would be your suggestion?
I think they must feel abandoned by the world. And yet our country they need our voice. They need our help.
Yeah, and
We learned this morning.
Sylvia.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
We learned this morning. Julie's a lot more savvy about getting news through the internet, and we learned that on the Democracy Now! That she was able to get in my house, which I'm not. That they're pushing people toward. They can only move in one direction. They're pushing them toward to the center of the city. It's like they're ghettoizing them, so that they have no escape.
Absolutely. Topics you'd like to talk about? We've been talking a lot about housing lately here in the Northeast Kingdom. Do you have any thoughts on housing? Or
Well, I think that, we've talked about that also. She, in New York City, is a member of
Tenants Association.
Tenants Association.
We're having,
Cool.
everything now is about housing, is about luxury housing.
Right.
The people that have been in the neighborhoods, my neighborhood has just gone through one development after the other. They're
Yeah.
taking away residences and from the tenants that have been there so many years to open new commercial businesses, to relocate, in my case, a 20-story nursing home when they have the land, but they want to develop their own land for luxury housing.
We're dealing with an issue very much like that right here in Newport, the gentrification issue. There are plans to develop downtown, and poor people are being relocated. The bad thing is that downtown residents live downtown because they often don't have transportation, and being sent out to rural areas is isolating. And so we're dealing with many of those issues, and I'm wondering if you have any words of wisdom for what we can do to help retain low-income housing or affordable housing.
She's ready.
Yeah. What you can tell us, help us. We need help.
We're just struggling to keep what we have, and I mean it's distressing because everywhere, everywhere I go, here I am here now at the World Cup. Dave Zarin was talking about all those people that were relocated for the World Cup. The favelas were destroyed, and they were affordable housing. It's the same thing everywhere. I mean, it's as though...
But you do have what you call a working group.
Yeah, we have a working group of our tenants association. So we've
and
been...
It's about a couple dozen people?
Yeah, we've been struggling for the past 8 years to squash this development.
You meet once a week?
Yeah, we meet once a week, and we have been for 8 years.
A tenants association would be a wonderful thing. We have nothing like that in Newport, or as far as I know,
really?
the Northeast
Yeah,
Kingdom. Oh, no. And it would be so wonderful because some of the living... Thank you very much for your words of wisdom there. Thank you. Thank you too, Sylvia.
Oh, good.
Okay, I hope
So
you
good
enjoy
to
this
see
beautiful
you.
day today.
Yes, thank you.
So, Fish on Fridays at noon at The Fish, brought to you by Northeast Kingdom 99%. We are an Occupy group, which is an offshoot of Occupy Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street didn't disappear, it just went out into communities. We are a community group, not a protest group. We are encouraging people to speak out about issues that are important in their community, strengthen community ties, and help people seek solutions for problems that they face in their communities.